Director General of the Institute of National Security Studies of Sri Lanka, Professor Asanga Abeyagoonasekera, emphasizes the need for stronger and articulate national policies that will help create the greatly desired national identity for Sri Lanka. Now, expressing his views exclusively to First at 9 today, Professor Abeyagoonasekera also went on to highlight that the government must ensure Sri Lanka's national interest amidst global power struggles and influences. He stressed that this aspect must especially be looked at while engaging in strategic projects for the country.
India will continue with its neighborhood first, its Look East policy, as well as policy towards Central Asia, and also the SAGAR, security and growth for the region, aligning with the Indo-Pacific strategy of the United States, which was released a week ago on 1st of June. There's 13 references made in that document about the Sri Lanka strategic position, about Chinese investment in Sri Lanka, about how the neighbor India and Sri Lanka relationship. Sri Lanka, I think, with its geostrategic position, which is again highlighted in the book about the sitting at the sea lines of communication, is an important partner to United States. President Sirisena mentioned in his election manifesto, saying that he's following a balanced and Asia-centric policy. The balance has to be, balancing the triple sphere of influence, which is the US, India, and China. The problem is China's role is not recognized by India. We have recognized the BRI. Every other country has recognized BRI, but except for India. China is a significant, a growing power. It's a journey that Sri Lanka need to sort of craft. Present leaders as well as the future leaders need to understand the balancing of the foreign policy and getting the maximum benefit for our people.
Professor Abeyagoonasekera also talked about how Sri Lanka must ensure its own national interest in the global power struggle.
Hambantota, we wanted it, port. We wanted Matala. Aircrafts are not coming is not their concern. It is our concern. We thought it would be a very strategic place. We wanted it. We have decided to give Japan and India for Trincomalee. So we decide. So our national interest has to be always looked at when we are deciding on certain strategic projects. Because when you decide on strategic projects, it's for long term. Leasing out of these properties also has to be discussed. It was never discussed at the parliament. These are flaws in our policy making. Prime Minister Modi's visit, so that shows the India's interest. So Seychelles, Mauritius, Maldives and Sri Lanka is always in the Indian map. China is also a part of it and is also investing. But China does not say they are here for strategic purpose, they are only here for development work. United States come in a different direction. They come in the Indo-Pacific and also with these agreements. So Sri Lanka is facing all this. We should face it. As a nation, we cannot be taking an isolationist. We can engage very well if you have policies written. Problem of Sri Lanka is that you don't have a foreign policy written. When leaders come, we keep whatever the narrative that he brings, we take it forward. But that shouldn't be the case. Nation should have clear articulated policies to create a national policy.